So, welcome back everybody to the Canada Specialist Program webinar series. Laura, our local representative for Bonjour, Quebec, please take it away.
Thank you, Charlie. So bonjour all. So today I'm just going to be giving you an insight into Quebec. So today I'll just be talking about what makes Quebec unique from other provinces, what's new and what's going on in Quebec for 2023, and how Quebec is becoming more sustainable and carbon friendly. So just a little bit about Quebec before we begin, for those that don't already know. Quebec is a province in the east of Canada, which you can see highlighted in white. So we do neighbour Ontario. So Quebec is the largest, is the country's largest province in terms of territory. We actually have a really large playground of wilderness, parks, lakes and rivers. We are also strategically located. So Montreal is only a 5-hour drive to either Boston or Toronto, and only a 6-hour drive from downtown New York City as well. So Quebec is the largest of Canada's 10 provinces. We have an area of over 1.6 million square kilometres, and we are only second to Ontario with the highest population. So the capital city is Quebec City. It's the oldest in Canada, and it's also recognised by UNESCO as a World Heritage City. Other major cities of ours include Montreal, which is the biggest city in Quebec with a population of over 4 million, and Gatineau, to name a few as well. So why Quebec, and what makes us different from other provinces? So first of all, we have 3 key pillars. So firstly, we have a culture that creates. So we have a unique culture unlike any other in North America. So we have a culture that is proud of its particular and distinctive character. Our unique culture goes beyond arts and music. It's also the way we do things. It's the way we think. Secondly, we have our warm welcome. So Quebecers are really friendly people that greet travellers like long lost friends. So our welcome is one that is open, it's inclusive, and it's authentic. We are also generous by nature, and we want to make sure that our guests have a great time when they visit us. And thirdly, we have a connection to the land. So we have Arctic islands to the north and the St. Lawrence River to the south. We are surrounded by vast wilderness along with numerous lakes and rivers as well. And what makes our nature so attractive is the ability to be immersed within it as well. So you could be hiking in the forest, you can canoe in a lake, you can rent a bicycle and ride for hours and hours. So here are just 6 of our unique experiences that we feel make us special. So we have vibrant cities and festivities. So this is excitement all year long. So Quebec is constantly busy with excitement from Montreal, which celebrates, 90 festivals alone, which include, the famous Montreal Jazz Festival. And plenty of our festivals as well are free. And, many of our other regions as well also host carnivals and events throughout the year as well. So do have a look at their websites, because they do list them all out for you. We do also have our culture and living history. So this is really rich and varied, and it's everywhere in Quebec. So within our cultures, it's our Indigenous culture, including our First Nations, which are just waiting to be discovered, again all over Quebec. We also have our great outdoors, and that is nothing short of spectacular. So you can be in a bustling city such as Montreal and Quebec City in the morning, but you could be skiing in the Laurentians or in the winter, of course, and enjoying the vineyards in Charlevoix by the afternoon in the spring summer. We also have our local flavours. So this is local cuisine. It's varied and it's simply delicious. You can enjoy the poutine, Quebec's famous maple syrup, duck from Lake Brom, the cheese from Charlevoix, or blueberry pie in Saguenay. We have the St. Lawrence River. So this is a majestic river that literally turns into the sea. So here you've got everything from whale watching to offshore islands such as Île des Madeleines, where you can watch seals give birth to their pups as well. And of course, we have our winter fun. So visiting Quebec in the winter is a whole new experience in itself, from visiting Hotel de Glace, a real ice hotel. You can toboggan down Mount Royal in Montreal. You can visit the Winter Carnival in Quebec City and enjoy Quebec's famous sugar shacks as well, or pick up the skis and head to the Laurentians. The possibilities are all yours. So what's new and what's happening in Quebec? So in Quebec City, we have a returning direct flight with Air Transat, which is a once-a-week service from May through to September this year from London Gatwick. It's a 7.5-hour flight. In Quebec City this year, our famous and most photographed hotel in the world, Chateau Frontenac, which is part of the Fairmont Group, celebrates its 125th birthday. So you can see Chateau Frontenac on the left-hand side, pictured there on the screen. And in terms of Montreal, we have our newest icon, the Ring. So it's the final piece of a major revitalization project of Palais Ville-Marie, which saw the complete redesign of its Esplanade, as well as the opening of a gourmet food hall at Les Cathcartes. So the Ring actually illuminates at night, and it can be found in the middle image here on the screen. So the Ring is not only just a major landmark, but it will also be home to the Giants, which is a hugely popular circus performance on a much bigger scale, as you can see there. So it will be free, and it'll be running throughout July as well this year. So I can share the link in my follow-up for more information if you like that. The Ring will also be the second home of entertainment in Montreal after the entertainment district. So it'll be a great place to hang out. There'll be plenty of pop-ups, lots going on, particularly throughout the summer. So do expect some amazing performances in the Ring and actually surrounding it as well. In Montreal as well, we do also have the new insectarium. I always find it hard to say, but this is opened in Montreal, and this is the first museum in North America with so many species to observe, both live, some roaming freely, and naturalized, and butterflies flying freely all year round as well. So that's in the last image here. And then just coming on to Charlevoix, so at Bonjour Quebec, we are very excited that City Memoir is heading to the four corners of Charlevoix, beginning at the end of June 2023, so this month. So for those that aren't familiar with City Memoir, this is an amazing outdoor multimedia experience which is inspired by history. Paintings are simply projected onto 60 points of interest, which visitors can discover using a free app. So you can see an image on the left-hand side here on the screen. So the attraction is fully bilingual, and it's completely free. It's a super fun way to discover Quebec's history for all the family, and this is already a very popular attraction across Montreal. Charlevoix also has another new major attraction at Les Massifs de Charlevoix, and again this is scheduled to open at the end of June 2023, and this will be the world's first nightly mountainside carousel that takes passengers flying over the mountains on chairlifts under the starry sky. So this is a luminous sensory and emotional experience, and it extends over 6 kilometers, and it lasts for about an hour. And what's more, it's an environmentally conscious project with no forestation, and from up high you'll have amazing views of the St. Lawrence River as well, and you can see pictures of that on the screen now as well. So I did just want to come on to how is Quebec becoming more sustainable and carbon friendly. So Quebec already have a commitment to responsible and sustainable tourism with the following priorities, but we are ensuring, there's, electric charging stations throughout Quebec, and, our nature and adventure tourism has a really strong ecotourism approach. Outdoor adventures is a really strong selling point of us. We are known for it. We have so many varieties of outdoor adventures you can pick from: hiking, biking, canoeing, abseiling, you name it, we can do it. We've also made provisions to ensure that our Indigenous history and culture is also preserved for years to come, through whether that be through museums and educations. And Quebec City also have a great website as well, which I can share in my follow-up with you guys, but it also just shows they've listed 5 sustainable itineraries, and they all begin in Quebec City. But however, I did also just want to pull out just two new sustainable innovations that we've recently introduced in Quebec. So the first innovation is the REM. It's the new light rail system in Montreal. It's 100% electric, and it's automated and runs around Montreal to the metro. It'll have 26 stations, and it'll stretch over 67 kilometers. So I've included the map in the slide here, so you can just see how far it will stretch. But the system is partially open already, but it will span the Greater Montreal area, again with 67 kilometers of track to be completed over the over the next year. Work on this has already started, so part of it is open. So the Bren will include 3 connections to the metro. It goes off in 4 directions. It's got 26 stations. It's 100% electric, and approximately 34,000 jobs have been constructed during its development. And the Bren will also be a great new addition to Montreal as well. So tourists will be able to get from Montreal or the greater area of Montreal to the airport in just under 20 minutes as well. So once it's open, it'll be a great new addition. And then secondly, I just wanted to introduce that Charlevoix is welcoming its first hydrogen-powered eco train in North America this summer as well. So this is part of a pilot project, the first eco passenger train, which will connect Charlevoix to Quebec City. So this convoy will be the 4th train in the Charlevoix fleet this summer to run between the 2 regions, and visitors can also reserve seats beforehand. So the hydrogen train is also perfect for those that may not already have car hire and they need the train to get between the 2. So just finally, we have a great variety of different itineraries already available through B2B tour operators. So I'd say if the travel app only has around maybe a week to see Quebec, to consider a Montreal Quebec City tour where travellers can fly into Montreal and out via Quebec City and via the new Air Transat route. If travellers have longer to explore Quebec, to consider a 12-day tour through Montreal, Quebec City, Saguenay and Charlevoix. However, please also don't forget that Quebec also makes a great twin centre with other provinces, so please do keep Quebec in mind. For more itinerary suggestions, please do take a look at our website, bonjourquebec.com, where under the Explore tab you can find more than 43 different itineraries and tourist routes, from short stays, 1 of 3 days, to longer stays of 9 days plus. So that wraps it up from me today, but I would just like to say that we are also on Hablo. So if you're not familiar with it, it's a new platform. It's a hybrid between LinkedIn and Facebook, for B2B only. So on here you can message us directly, and if you have any questions, you can ask us. You can follow our posts. You can get involved in our booking incentives, and shortly we'll also be launching a webinar series for really in-depth training with our regional partners. Thank you. So over to Charlie.